Now let's go into the permission group. So again, when I go here back into the system, and when I go here, I can go again from the admin center, but there also you can find the manage permission group. So if I go to permission group from here, okay, so when you go into the permission group, you can find the ID, the group name, the user type, static or dynamic, RBP, active member, last modified by. Most importantly, we will focus on the group name and the this one, static or dynamic one. Okay, when while creating the group, or if the group is being created. Okay, so permission group, when we go and create a permission group, we can see there are two types where we can able to go and create. One is a static one and one is a dynamic one. Okay, what is a static one? So when you are creating a group, okay, so before going into static and dynamic, let me go and take you into any of the permission group, how the permission group look like. Then we can go into the static and dynamic group. So again, I am going into system admin and going and searching. System admin will be there or super admin will be there. Super admin will be there. Okay, this is a permission group. So when I go into the super admin, so when you click on a create new or existing any of the permission group, when you click on, it will take you into this page. This page is divided into two parts. One is definition and one is granted population. Okay, so definition, when you go and see, you can see the group name here. We need to define the group name, and here below that again there are two sections. One is choose group name and the second one is exclude these people from the group. Okay, generally the second section we are using it very less as per our requirement. Mostly we will be focusing on the first section, that is the choose this group name. So when you go into the choose this group name, once we have created a group, we need to add a member. Okay, so when we have started the RBP, we have seen that RBP is divided into two parts, permission group and permission rule, right? And the permission group is again divided into two parts, that is granted population and the target population, right? So when you are defining the granted population, we have to define who are the granted population. So either it can be a specific role or it can be a group of members. So here, when you are creating a permission group, initially you are specifying the members here. Okay, so how you will specify the member? With the help of the people pool. Okay, so when you go into the people pool, you can see here there are various ways of defining the members or adding the members. So when you go and see here, you can see here there are various categories. You can go with job title, you can go with the hire date, you can go with the location, position. Okay, you can go with username. So according to that, you can able to add the members. Okay, if you see here for the super admin, they have taken as a username, and this username has been added here. Okay, that is the reason when you click on the update, the 15 members will be showing here. So when we click on the 15 member, I can see the first name, last name, the job code and the location details will be specifying here. These are the members they have taken on the basis of the username. If you want to add somebody into this group, you can click on here and you can see already these members are there. Okay, so if you want to delete somebody, you can able to click on delete here. If you want to add any member, you can able to specify the member here. So it will, you click on here, it will show the member here, and you can click on the checkbox. It will the permission, it will be added and the permission will be granted and it will be included in this member. So earlier it is 50, it will be further added to the 60. Okay, so either into the implementation or into the support, you have to do the same process. Okay, whenever a new employee or a new team member is joining, if you need to give the permission, proper permission to have all the access, so there will be already some super admin, and for that super admin already you will be having the access, and that super admin group we need to add that member who has been joined in our team. Okay, so when you add that member, whatever the permission this existing users are having, by default those permissions will be given to the new member also. Okay, so mostly the focus is on the people pool when you are creating a group, and with the help of this you can able to add the member. So for adding the member, these are various ways. You can take the username, you can take the user, location, department, division. These are the categories where you can able to it will help us to filter the member. Okay, and to add that member in the group. Okay, any questions here, team?
No, it's clear.
So this process which you are adding something, when you are creating a, now you are creating a group here by specifying the group name, and you are adding the member with the help of certain categories from the people pool. This type of creating the group is called known as a dynamic group. Okay, where you are creating it manually. Okay, once it is been created, this process is called as a dynamic group, and once it is created, you can see here it will specify that this is a dynamic or static one. So whenever you go and click on the create new, and when you click on the create new, specifying the group name, okay, adding the members with the help of certain categories, this process from create new, it is called as a dynamic one. Static one is something where you are using this import static group. Okay, where you will be downloading a blank template, and that blank template you will be filling all the information and choosing the file, and you will be importing it. Okay, validating and importing it. So what is the difference between the static and dynamic is that once you created with the help of create new, that is the dynamic one. So in the future, if you are making some changes in the existing permission group, changes means you are adding a new member or you are replacing a new member, what you will do, you will click on here, and you will go here, and you can able to click on, and you can able to add or replace it. Okay, this is possible with the help if you have done already in a dynamic mode, but in a static mode, if you are going and doing it, it will not get updated. Okay, so if you have created some group with the help of a static one, then for changing and modification also you have to download the template, update that details in the CSV file, and then import it. When you import it, then it will that where data will be replaced in the existing uh, data which is already there in the system. Okay, so 99% if you go and see in the system, the for the customer it will be the dynamic one only, because they always go with the creative, but we always also have an option of importing with the help of a CSV format. Okay, that is the thing, it is known as a static one. Okay, if you are going with a import static group. Okay, any questions here?
No.
Okay, so whenever, if you are in the implementation side, if you are implementation consultant, and if you are going and creating the group, so when you are going and implementing, when you are doing the implementation, what you call, and when you're gathering the requirement, when you're setting up the permission group and the permission role, first of all, we need to go and create the permission group. Okay, the first step is to go and create the permission group, and the second step is to go and create the permission role. Okay, this is the step which we need to follow. Okay, so let's go and create first of all our own permission group, and then we go and create a permission role. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. So understood the concept of the permission role and permission group, which I try to explain to you separately.
Yes.
Okay. So when you go into the permission group, even here also, suppose when you go and take any of the permission group, uh, okay, while creating we can able to go and see, but some permission groups, let me delete it so that there should not be any confusion. Okay, it is already in use, I think. So let me go and take it here. Create new. If I'm just going something and specifying a group name as uh, best run SGR. Okay, and I'm giving that group name as leadership. Okay, this is the name which I given, and I need to add a member. Okay, so what I will do, I will open a user here to have an understanding. Alex, I will go and take, and I will go to organization information. Okay, here you can see the company, business unit, division, all these informations are there. Okay, so while creating it, I can directly type the username as Alex also, but let me show you okay, how I will go in a very detailed process of creating the group. So I will take the company name as 5100. So here, do we have the company name? Because there are certain changes. Do I can see the company here? Otherwise, I need to take some other category.
Yeah, there is a country in the on the top.
No, no, not the country, but the company name.
Company name.
Hmm. Constraint. Earlier it was there, but there was some change happened. I think it is. Okay, so that is the thing. I will take location here. So what is the location here? This is the location. Let me search this location, copy this, and I will paste it here. Search for the location. Location, it is not showing. Location also it is not showing. Let me search here. Still location it is not showing. Okay, if that is the thing, if it is not taking the location and the department, let me check if department is there or not. If I'm taking the department is there. Let me search for the department also with the code here. Let me see. Okay, it is taking the department. I will select it and I will click on done, and now I have to refresh it by clicking on update. So how many members are showing? 4 members are showing. Okay, so I am giving these members as the group members for the leadership group, and I will click on done here. So we can see the 4 active members it is showing here. Okay, and I can go, and now when I go here, this is coming under definition, but granted permission role it is totally blank right now. Okay, because I have not created any permission role. Okay, so what I will do now, I will already have a duplicate screen. I will go to the permission role. Okay, and what I will do, I will create a new role by clicking on create new, and after that I will specify here also the same thing, best run SGR leadership role. Okay, okay, I will go now. I created the name and description. Click on the permission. When you people will go and do it, while adding the member, you add the member which you have created from your own. No, don't take the member which is already there in the system. Okay, so in the permission group, when you add a member, suppose you are keeping a single member also, but that member should be created by your own. Okay, to have a more accuracy. And after that, when you go and create a permission role, when you come by clicking on permission here, okay, we have seen the 3 main categories. One is employee central effective dated, then we have employee view, and also we have employee data, right?
Yes.
So when you go into these employee central effective data and employee data, you have view and edit option, right?
Yes.
Okay, don't give the edit option, only give the view option. Okay, so you are giving the view option and finally mapping this permission to the member which is there in that particular group which you have created. Okay, so now we have a member. How many members are there? 4 members are there. Okay,
Yeah.
so when I will proxy to any of these 4 member, and after proxying to it, I will go into their account, right? After going into their account, now it is whose account? My account, right?
Yes.
It is my account. When I enter into their account, after entering into their account, when I search for any of the user while opening an employee profile, I should only see the view option, not the edit option. Okay, because in the non-effective dated portlets for employee data, I have given the view option. Okay, this is one of the scenario. First we need to check. Okay, how we need to check? Because see, if you are taking some data which is already there in the system, what will be the consequence is that maybe that employee profile for which you are adding into the group, that employee profile will be also connected with some other permission.
Mm.
Okay, so although you are giving a view permission here, when you are testing, you will find that that user is also having edit permission, but I have only given the view permission. The reason is that because that user may be also connected with other permission role, and that permission role is also overlapping with your permission. That is the reason that when you are proxying that user is also getting the edit option. Got it?
Yes.
So that is the reason whenever you try from your end, make sure that you create your own profile, and I will also tell you other configuration tool in RBP so that you will be clear that to check that so that this user is not connected with any of the other permission roles. How to check the permission roles, that trick also I will that configuration tool also I will share it to you. Okay. Now when you are creating a permission role, you have selected something as a view permission here initially, and then further I am going here for employee central effective date, and here also I am going and giving the view permission. Okay, view permission or view history, but I'm not giving the edit permission. I'm not giving it. Okay, so these two areas I'm giving it, and after that I will click on done. You can see whatever the permission which we have set up, those permissions will be showing here in the screen. Okay, this is the second step. Now when you scroll down, it will take you into the third step. Can you see the third step? Grant this role to.
Yeah.
So grant this role to specifies the granted population and the target population. So for that, when you click on the add option tab here, so here it will define whom you want to grant this role. This is the granted population. Specify the target population. So granted population can be done either on the permission group or on the roles. Can you see the roles, standard roles?
Yeah.
So if you are giving as a manager, so by default, it will be applicable to all managers. Okay. System will never distinguish or never define that it is HR manager, finance manager. Manager, system will only take as a manager only. Okay. If you have a permission group which we have created, go and select that permission. Search for that permission. So I have created something as a best run SGR, right?
Leadership.
Yeah, best run
Yeah.
SGR. Let me type and let me search it. So you can see this one.
Yes.
Okay. So finally, what initially I'm doing, I'm creating a role, defining a role, and mapping that role to that particular granted population with the help of adding the permission group or by the single role. So here I'm adding the group and click on done. So now this part is completed. Now we always also have one more option, allow the managers to have the same permission. So we have 4 members in this group. So these 4 members manager also should have the same permission which this user is having. If that is also the scenario from the customer, we have this option and we can select level 1 or level 2. Level 1 or level 2 means manager or manager's manager. Got it? Okay. Suppose these members who are there in this group, we are giving this permission to these members, right?
Okay.
Okay, by mapping this best run SGR by selecting the permission group. Okay, now the same permission we need to give it to their managers also. Then we go and select this option, allow the managers to have. Now when we are selecting the option here, system will ask you what is the level. Level 1 means managers manager, right? Level 2 means managers manager, like that. Okay, so one level up it will go up. Okay, so if that is the thing, we will go and select that particular level. If the scenario is coming from the customer, this option is there, but it is optional. If they are not coming with this option, we can ignore it and keep it very simple. Okay, once the granted population is been done, then for the target population we have a 2 option, everyone or target user. Now these members have the permission all this permission, view permission, edit permission, whatever permission which we are giving. Now this user will access for which set of employees? All the employees who are there in this system or any target population. If any target population, then select the target population and select from here the particular department, division, location. We can able to select from here. Okay. So these 4 members will be specifically working on the employees target population for that particular location, department, division. If that is the scenario, if you are selecting this radio button. If you are selecting everyone means this employee will have the access for all employees which is been hired in the system. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the 2 things which we need to focus. Third one, it is not required, we can ignore it and click on done here. When you click on done here, you can see here it will be showing here the group. Okay, and SAP has never defined anywhere that one role will be connected to one group or one group will be connected to one role. One role can be connected to many groups.
Okay.
Suppose I am creating this role, that is this one. Which one? Best run, right? Where is the scoring? I am not seeing. Okay, this one, best run. So it is a role, right? It is a permission role which I am creating. This role I am mapping to, it can be mapped to many groups, right? So now I have given the mapping only to one group.
Okay.
Okay, I have given the mapping to one group, that is this one. What you call best run SGR leadership. So it can be also to other groups also. Okay, so when you are defining a role, you are mapping that role to the groups. So finally, who all are there in that group, they will be given the access which you are defining that particular role here. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, so in the real time also, you should be assured that if you are changing something in a particular role, before that you need to check that changes will be getting impacted to how many groups, what all groups are there, so that the role is connected to which all groups. So if you are changing some modification in the role by view permission or edit permission, you can see that is applicable to all the group members which is mapped. So we should be assured to take correct role while identifying what is the role we need to take. Okay. Now after this, when you scroll down, we have a option and we can click on the save.
No need to check the checkbox.
Sorry,
You didn't check the group checkbox.
it is not required. It is not required. Okay. So you can see here the permission role, it is been created. And after that, when you go into the group again, okay, this was the role which is being created. And when you go into the group again, and when you click on that group and go to the granted, you can see for that group how many roles are there, that can also see from here also. Okay, so earlier you can see for this particular group there was no role. Okay, so now from the granted permission role you can see how many roles are there. So when you are a support consultant and when you are opening something from a permission group, we need to go and check how many roles are connected with that particular group. Okay, any questions from both of you? Is it clear? The process, the concept?
Yeah,
Understanding the process is important, because if you understand the process, then you can able to set up the RBP, or you can understand the RBP which is already been configured by the implementation team. That is more important. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So this we have completed. This is the way how we can able to go and create the permission group and role, and how to assign the permission roles to the group. Okay. This we have completed it. And further, when you go into the admin center, as I told, there are 5 configuration tools, right? One is, let me go up. Okay, here when you go and see the permission group is there, under the set user permission, the permission role is there, the manage role based permission is there. Then we also have this one, view user, new user permission, and then we have user role search permission. Okay, so total under the RBP we have total 5 permissions. Okay, so this 5 permission is a permission group, permission role, manage permission role based access, view user permission, and user role search permission. Okay, so initially we started with manage role based permission access, and we have seen how we can able to go and give the permission, how we can able to go and give the access, right? That we have seen. Okay, before that what we have seen, how to enable this RBP from the provisioning, right? Without enabling from the RBP from the provisioning, we cannot able to get the set user permission, right?
yes,
Once you get it, then these options will not be there. So we need to go and give the options. So for giving that option, we need to add the user with the help of manage role based permission access. Okay, got it? So once it is added, you can see permission group role, view user, user role search, all will be showing there. Okay, in that role. In the last session we have seen, we have used Anil, right?
yeah.
Okay, we have used Anil. So now we have completed the manage permission group and the manage permission role. Okay, so this is something which we need to understand while analyzing the RBP, or if you are from an implementation team, if you are creating the permission, if you are creating and setting the new permission. Okay, so this part we have already seen right now. And now further, what are the type of tickets we can able to expect? Okay, so the type of tickets we can able to expect is that we have some employees whose permission is being granted, who has the proper permission, but uh, when they are going to a particular employee data, the permission is missing, and they are asking to check with the system administrator or the IT administrator. Okay, that was something the requirement which we can able to expect. Okay, so how to analyze it, because we have around 4,000 employees, right, or maybe more than that in our customer system. So how to analyze it? What is the permission which is being given to which employee? First of all, we should know what is the permission. Then only we can able to go and analyze it. Okay. So to understand the permission, how you will go it? We have an option that we have two ways. One is view user permission and another is user role search permission. Okay. So we will go with the first method first of all, and we will see the comparison. So that we, before going into the employee profile also, you should know what all permission that employee profile is connected with. Okay, it is easy for you to analyze. Okay,
Okay.
so for that I will go into my system, and I will go here, and the configuration tool which I am using is view user permission. And this view user permission, you can find it in the admin center page also. Okay, this view user permission, we can find it in the admin center page also. I am doing it from the global search. When you click on the view user permission, okay, it will take us to this page, and now we know a user is having a problem, right? So
Yes.
but we don't know that user is connected with what is the group which is connected, what is the permission he is holding, we don't know. To understand what is the permission which is holding, what is the group it is connected, so for that what we need to do, we have to know the name of the permission group or the permission role. Okay, so for that only we are using this particular tool, that is view user permission. Okay, so how you will go and use it? So let's take let's take somebody as, if I'm taking somebody as Alex. Okay, if I'm taking somebody as Alex, and let me see, and I'm searching for it. Okay, when I search for the name, I can find, first of all, the name is showing here. Okay, now I will click on the view permission. Please let me know if the pop-up is reflecting or not.
Uh, no, I can't see the button.
Okay, you cannot see the pop-up, right?
Yes. Yeah, I can see the button.
Okay, now what we have done, we went into view user permission, search for that employee, and click on it. We just selected the permission. We have got a pop-up, and here you can see the permission is there and the permission role. So this permission list, from where it is coming, it is coming from the category.
Okay.
These all coming from the category. So suppose if I am going back into the system, and if I go into the permission role, and if I go into, suppose, system admin, and open the system admin, once I open the system admin, then when you go into the permissions, under the user permission, you can see these categories.
Yes.
Okay, these are the categories which is populating there. So there you can see general user permission, you can see general user permission, right?
Okay.
This one. So the same thing here also, it is populating. Can you see general user permission?
Okay.
Okay, so under the general user permission, if I go and click here, user login, mass creation, group permission, live profile access. So again, if I go into general user permission, where it is, When I scroll down, you can see mask create profile group, okay, live profile access, permission to create forms, okay, all these sub subcategory permissions can you see under this category.
Yes.
Okay, so the same permission here you can able to go and see live profile, permission to create notes, all these things will be showing, and each permission which you are seeing the category, for that permission what is the permission role which is being defined, that name of the permission role will be also showing here. Can you see here? System admin, MSS, okay, and you can go and click on from here also, it will redirect to the same permission role page. Okay, so how many roles are there in each category where the permission is being given, that we can able to analyze it. Finally, we have to see the name. Okay, we have to know the permission role name. Okay, so whatever the category which you are seeing, general, user permission, report permission. Okay, so when you go again into the report permission, so suppose if I am going here into the report permission, so when I scroll down, you have where you can see report permission. Okay, so in the report permission, you can see these are all the subcategories, right? So there will be certain permission roles where for some permission roles these permissions is not granted, right? So some permission role, some are granted, right? So to check for that particular user, when you go into the report permission, you can see detail report, list report, all these things. For each subcategory permission, what is the permission role which is being created, that you can see the names here. Got it?
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, you have lot of permission categories which you can able to go and see here. Okay. This is coming from where? From the permission role. Under that you have two permissions, right? User permission and administrative permission, which we have discussed.
Yes. Yes.
So under that we have lot of categories. There only we have seen mostly the important category, right? Employee data, effective rated, and employee view.
Yes.
Okay, but these are also the categories, but we have not seen it because these are only important when there is a requirement which is relevant to these categories. Okay, but otherwise, most importantly, from a controlling, from an employee data point of view, we will be looking on to all those the three categories only. Okay, so when I go into the control F, and if I want to go to employee data, you can see employee data.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is misstated. Okay, so under this employee data, we can see view high grades, we have a view permission, right? For the ESS.
Mm.
Okay, so now if it is a view, so suppose if we take a scenario when this user, which I just opened, this user, when he is trying to open an employee profile, for that he is not having the edit permission for this particular field. Okay, why is not having the permission? For that we need to analyze it. That is the reason we went into the view user permission. Okay,
Yes.
and in the view user permission you observe that he is only set up with the view permission, not the edit permission. Okay, and what are the permission roles? ESS and MSS, right? For the view permission. So if we want to cross check, we can able to go here and we can cancel it and we can search for ESS. Okay, we can go and search for ESS. You can see employee self-service, right?
Okay.
Then after this, we need to, because we got the role name, that is employee self-service, right? And after this, we can go to the permission, and under the permission, um, employee data. So employee data, and what was the field? View high grade.
It is only view.
View higher grades. This is the view higher grades. So let me go here, go to control F, view higher grades. You can see here, view higher grades, only the view permission is there.
Yes.
Okay, so in this way, we need to go and investigate the requirement, what is the issue, and analyze it, and then try to provide the solution, so that we are not doing any configuration changes. But why it is not happening, we are providing that this is the current setup, because of that it is not happening. Now you tell me, we need to do the changes or not. That we need to check with the this one from the customer. But customer will create a ticket, and that ticket we need to analyze it. For analyzing, we need to go and see why that user is unable to access that particular field. What is the issue behind it? So for that, we have this configuration tool that is known as a view user permission. The purpose is that we are, first of all, we should know about the permission role name. So for that is the reason we are going into view user permission, and from here we can see all the categories in place, right? You can see all the categories all together. Okay, these all categories are coming in a single page, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so in this way we can able to analyze it, and then we can able to provide solution. This is one tool which we are using for view user permission.
Okay.
Okay, the another tool which we are using, so is it clear for the view user permission?
Yes. I'm clear.
Okay, same scenario, if I want to take for the another tool, that is, let me take user role search. Okay, user role search. Okay, so when you're going with user role search, when I'm clicking on user role search, okay, now in the user role search, we have to select the user for which. So there also in the view user permission, we have selected the user. Okay, so let's take here, let's take another scenario where I'm taking somebody as Anil.
Okay.
Okay, I'm selecting the search here. You can see Anil will be showing here, right? I will click on Anil and I will select it. So the name will become, right? So in user permission, all the permission category was showing in a single page, right?
Yeah.
Right? So we were going and seeing control F, and we are selecting the category, that is employee data, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Here we can able to select it, that particular category. Suppose if I am selecting employee data, so you can see here it will be showing here.
More defined search lists.
Yes, yes, it is a more defined search. That it is something which is coming overall. Okay, and here again, if I am going with view higher grades, and if you go and see here, you can find whatever the roles are there. Finally, we have to get this name of the role, right? And we will select this role, we will enter into the role, and we will try to check it, what is the current permission which is being given. And this permission we also need to compare it with the workbook. We also have a configuration workbook. Workbook is something which is a document which is being done, created at the time of implementation. So whatever the requirements are gathering, that requirements will be captured and mentioned in the workbook, and that workbook we will be signing up that workbook, and after signing up that workbook, we will be doing the setup of the configuration in the lower system, that is in the development system. Okay.
So in that workbook, everything is defined. So all this.
Yes. So if you are a support consultant, the implementation team or the admin from the customer side, they will be sharing us the workbook also. Okay. So that we can able to refer that workbook, and we can refer the system.
Okay.
That whatever it is mentioned in the workbook, the same configuration it is done in the system or not. Okay. That we need to analyze it. Even for coming for any support ticket which is related to the RBP also, we need to refer the workbook, and then we need to refer the system. Okay. And in the future, if we are making any changes also, that changes also we need to update it in the workbook. Okay. So if you are making a changes, but if you are not updating in the workbook, means that is also wrong. Okay, because you have made some changes in the system, but that changes we have not updated in the workbook.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you are making a changes in the workbook, you should not do the changes in the original one. Original workbook is something that the implementation uh, team has already done. Okay, we should create a copy of it, and after creating a copy, we should update the changes in the copy of the workbook. Okay, that is practice which we used to do in the real time. Okay, so that the original one will be always there, which the implementation team would have created it.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are tinkering the original one, we will never have a backup of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the thing. Even the original one will be also always placed in the customer's location, that is the customer's drive. We can create a copy of it, and we can keep it in our location, our company location, so that whatever the changes which we are making, we can able to create a new version and update it. So for my few of my customer, what we used to do, we follow this ticketing tool, that is Jira. So Jira, we have a Confluence document. Oh, so in the Confluence, we have created certain folders on a monthly basis. So on a monthly basis, whatever the tickets which we are working, and we are doing some configuration changes, we need to update. There is a standard template will be there. We need to update in that template, and we need to upload that template document on that monthly folder. So in the future, if any changes have happened, they can refer those Confluence document also. Okay, so this is the process which the company follows, and this is the way how we can able to go and analyze the what you call the RBP setup for any employee. When you get a ticket that both are admins, both are in different countries, but one admin can access the employee related data, but another admin is unable to access some section. What is the reason behind it? Okay, so for that, we can go and start our analyzing with the help of a view user permission. Okay, or user role search permission. Okay, these are the two methods. So including these methods, we have total 5 configuration tools.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5 configuration tools, out of that, manage permission role based access, manage permission group, manage permission role, view user permission, and user role search permission.
Yeah. Set user function.
So all these things are coming under set user permission. Okay, suppose you are an admin, and now in the future, to support your team, they have added a new member. Okay, they have added a new member. So those member also should be having the equal permission which you are having.
Yes.
Okay, so if your SDM or if your service delivery manager, if they will tell to you that please provide them also the equal permission, so you should know how and where you should add that member, so that when they will go into the admin center under set user permission, they should have all the 4 tools which will be reflecting there. Okay.
And other thing, when we go to that permissions, there is a checkbox called RBP. What is that?
Yeah, we can ignore it because we have that option that is we are not using. In fact, SAP has came up with that option. Let me go. I think if you are referring something which is related to permission role, I think
Yes, permission role.
permission role. Because in the new release, in the previous new release, this option has came. I think you have an option here, RBP. So you can see here, only indicate that the role is only accessible for the RBP administrators. So if you are selecting this checkbox, then it is only accessible by the RBP administrators. Okay, RBP administrators mean the super admins. If you have something as a super admin.
Okay, so super admin only can make changes for this groups.
This also the super admin can only make the changes. But other than that, the other admins, they can also go and see the RBP if they have the RBP setups, right? But they cannot, but if they click on that particular role, they cannot able to open it because for them it will be freezed one because they are not the super admin.
Understood. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So here we comes to the end of the RBP, that is role based permission.